Alright, today we have the Xbox Kinect 2.0 for the Xbox One. This is Microsoft's camera, and first we have to find the screws. So underneath this void black tape that actually says Microsoft on it, when you peel it up, we're going to find 8 screws that line the bottom. Once you get those screws out, the black plastic piece pops up and out, which shows a bunch more screws that we have to remove. And if you're just taking this apart to clean out the lenses, you don't have to take these screws out, so don't worry about that right now. Once you get the screws out, you can take apart the back grill for the fan. And then the side grills also pop out. You have to remove the side grills because there's 2 more screws, one on either side, holding the front faceplate or lens cover to the actual device itself. So once you take out those 2 screws, the top will lift up and the front will pop off the actual Kinect device. It's all nice and shiny, and you can see the little lenses that cover the infrared and the other sensors on the front. Now we have the actual device right here, and you can see the main camera here and the motion camera, and then the other sensors and lenses right there. Now the top motherboard is held on by these screws, and the fan connector is here. It's just your normal 5-volt DC fan. And there's one more screw that holds on the little circuit board on the front that you have to remove, and then that exposes the little white ribbon that you can unclip from the main board. And that separates the motherboard and heatsink from the actual device itself. This is just the bottom plastic. And then you have the 2 big wire cables holding the cameras onto the motherboard. So I've unclipped both of those, and you can see it also unclipped down there at the bottom from the other diodes in the center there. And I found it interesting that they had like a foam covering over the processor. So instead of using thermal paste, they had like a thermal foam that connects the motherboard to the heatsink. And the heatsink is massive. So right here, you're going to see a bunch more screws that hold each individual component onto the heatsink itself. And each one of those, so here's the main camera with its own little thermal foam attached to it. Then we have the motion camera. And then we have the rest of the diodes. And each of them has their own little processor that also has its own little foam attached to the massive heatsink. Anyway, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you liked this video, don't forget to like it, and don't forget to subscribe. I put up videos fairly often. Hope to see you around.